Start at the 21-yard line.
Not 180. 14.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
11 yards there, first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Whirling. Slam. Dula. Hey, wahoo.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Escaping the pressure right. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 23 yards on the play. Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Play action. It's gone. Sliding out of the pocket. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
180. Super 66.
3rd and long. It's gone. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Try Brown 80. Check back 21. Let's go, team. Let's go. Watch the safety. Alpha. 12. Hey, orbit. Wait, 89.
First down, Rivers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Brashad Perriman, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That's going to be a long day.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Flush to his right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were tight.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll try to throw here. Rivers. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So backed up to the 6 now. Third and goal. On third down, a run with Cohen. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me you have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice drive. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, here's Smith. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He'll buy some time right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points. So you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes. Make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ito Smith. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Shit. Hey, go Orange. Hey, Rocket.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, get on.
To throw again. Rivers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cohen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Well, the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Rivers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A gain of 2 brings up second and
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend.
2 for 1. Hey, 76. 76. 76. Is that?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. On first down, it's Grant. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the right side here with Smith. Touchdown, Vikings! Ito Smith with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Rivers now to throw on first down. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
54.
Throwing again on second down. Rivers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Off the play fake here, Rivers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Rashawn Perriman with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The tackle there by Crayvon LeBlanc.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
We go, Shalai. Like 20.
Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry.
Pick 6 all day. Don't go right side.
At their own 24-yard line.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Rivers. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set. 190.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
They'll start the third quarter with a run by Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Throwing on second down. Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Tahir Whitehead leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The Redskins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Hey, Rocket.
Play action now. Rivers. He's going to look deep for Perriman. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Rashard Robinson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
That one 28 yards on the ground. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
2nd and 12.
180. Value 1.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. A first down carry for Smith. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's another Vikings first down. First down and
180.
59, Mike to 59.
Better bring it. Ric Flair. We go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Super one.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The kick by Maher is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
After the made field goal, Maher back out there to kick it away. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left. Roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 27 yards there. A 1st down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. But I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. Green with a catch left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. From Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Rivers. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On play action, Rivers. Caught right side, Tate. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. The tackle is made by Adoree Jackson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
From the 31, Rivers. Tahir Whitehead, his second sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down, Rivers, and he finds Safarian Jenkins. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Rivers, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Tahir Whitehead bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Rivers. And oh no, he lost the football.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked at each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now it's gone. Rolling to his right. That's complete to his running back, Grant.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hauled in by Anderson, left side. Touchdown, Vikings! Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Black 15! Check back 21. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Rivers on the money, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing Rivers. He's going to let it. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Brashad Perriman, 48 yards. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Corey Grant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Ready? Come on, 180.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Watch the slant.
Play fake. Rivers. And he whips that one incomplete there. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Alpha!
54, right there, 54.
Bravo!
Oh, just check.
12.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to find Green. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Rivers to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Don't be scared.
It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They will run with Grant. Fighting through. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing now. Goff. They'll roll him out right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
What? 180.
You can't block me. You can't block me. Check.
More ball.
Now gone. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he is all the way up past the 25. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
He's going to let it fly and almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
The Redskins on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. They go play action. Rivers. That is caught. It's Perriman. Past the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Check 13.
Hey, kill.
Hey, get him. You got him.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. 30, 20, 10, 5. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Redskins take over.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
25-yard line.
Set 180. Black 15.
Mike,
Off the play fake here, Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep down, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Rashard Robinson with a pick.
The Vikings take over first and 10.
Get up. 20.
On first down, Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they?
Yeah. Growing up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits.